Hey family, happy to be back. I know it's been a minute, but I did have to finish up some surgeries. Happy to report that I'm exactly done with everything with my dental. So we're back. It is late. I'm doing this very last minute, like right before I really just take in. It's about what 12:30. So hopefully you guys had a good week. Okay, this is going to be real brief. I do want to disclose you guys that I have started my Patreon back up. Extended channel messages for love stuff will now be moved to Patreon. So check down below in the description box if you want a channel message. Channel messages will be tagged in as an extended part of this video. Excuse me, on Patreon. It's going to be available to all of my tiers. Again, if you know Patreon, you know there's a couple different tiers. I have 3. It'll be on all 3 of them. But let me also disclaim, you can try to be cheap if you want to. All you're gonna get is the extended posts from Twitter and the extended readings from here. The other 2 more expensive tiers are where you really get a lot more bang for your buck. Okay. Because I'm going to start moving most of my Patreons to being more private, just because I don't like to be watched by people that are fucking haters anyway. So check down below in the description box. Channel messages will be pulled. Channel love messages will be pulled at the end, and they will be pulled by Venus signs. Okay, so make sure you check down below in the description box. Run over to Patreon. So make sure if you do want that channel message from your person, you can make sure you do that. Because it's not a service that's available on my website. So, so let's go ahead and let me turn this down. Because I got some music playing. It's not love music though. This is just self-confidence music, you know. So even now, My Power by Beyonce is playing. I'm gonna pull an oracle card. We're gonna jump in with a couple of these, and then I'll wrap this up. And the extended to this video can be found on Patreon. I just saw 222, so let's see. What do we have for the collective? Thank you, Elle. Thank you, Yahweh, for these messages. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Liking sends us into the algorithm. And make sure you subscribe and join the family. I mean, we here. I'm queer. I mean, I don't know about you. But I am, you know. So, you know, hopefully you enjoy it here. You enjoy the content. You enjoy me and my energy. And you can be a part of the community, the soul tribe, and the family. Okay. Give me one oracle card for love, for the collective, and myself. Just for what can we expect, what we probably need to know. Okay. One oracle card, please. Even though they love to give me whatever. Peaks of Joy came out sideways. Bottom of the deck we have Ghostland. So Peaks of Joy says that, you know, you've been putting in a lot of hard work, whether it be, you know, a lot of effort in your relationship, or maybe the hard work is, you know, your own personal work that needs to be done. You know, a lot of the times we just want to be in love, but ain't nobody healed. Don't nobody know how to communicate. Don't nobody know how to compromise and meet in the middle, right? So maybe you've been doing your own work when it comes to your relationship. You also could maybe be seeing 33 or 333 a lot, or 222. Because I know I said I saw that as we started, right? Peaks of Joy is basically the card to say that all of your hard work is about to pay off, right? But it did fall sideways. So I am going to consider the bottom of the deck card to say, for those of you who have really been staying in the present moment, your hard work is about to pay off. For those of you who might still be living in the past, right, in a past situation, or just reliving a past connection and not really moving forward, then I do feel like your Peaks of Joy is trying to come in, but make sure you're actually staying in the present moment. Ghostlands is the card of asking you to stay present, right? You can't change the past. Dwelling over it doesn't help you, right? Just like the future hasn't come yet. So trying to build this fantasy around, oh, because when this happens and when that happens, I'll be so happy. And it's like, it hasn't happened yet. You know, that's not even set in stone. So you can't stay in the future about when my dream person comes. You know, I hear that a lot as a reader, where it's like, because when I find my person in life, it's just going to be so great when I find my person. And it's like, but you don't know when they're gonna come in. Don't dictate how great your life is when you find somebody. Allow your life to be great now. What do you need to be doing until your life can be great now, instead of trying to wait until this happens or that happens, or when my money get here, or when this and that and that and this. What do you need to be handling right now? Right? Some of you know that. Some of you have been trying to stay in the present, especially those of you intuitively. I'm picking up those of you who have just got out of a toxic situation. You could definitely been trying really, really hard to just stay positive. Where it's like, you know what? I can't change the past. I can't keep reliving that. Wusa Kuna Matata, you know, and I'm gonna just move forward. And I do see for those of you who have been doing that, and you have been trying to do the inner work, you have been trying to release time, you know what I mean? Because there's a clock here. So some of you could even been trying to surrender to time, surrender to the when and the where and the, so when is this gonna happen? When is my person gonna, when am I gonna find love? When you let it go. Right? When you let it go and you can stay in the present moment and just be happy and learn to be happy and accept what's going on present with you right now. Right? This is also to say that a lot of you guys are about to be aligned with other people who can push you forward. Right? So again, maybe you just got out of a situation because FNF is playing by Miss Glorilla. Shout out to her and Cardi because they did the motherfucking remix. I love it. Okay? So maybe some of y'all just got out of a relationship and you just, and that's your song, right? Where it's just like, cause I'm SINGLE again, you know. But a lot of you are definitely about to be aligned with more people. So don't be surprised if you get out of something and then you meet somebody new, because it's like, oh, cause fuck that, you know. Regardless, overall, peaks of joy is trying to come in. Joy, happiness is trying to come in. For those of you who already have that, and you already in that energy, and you like, child, I've been feeling real good, then you're being asked to share the love and share the happiness. I'm not saying share your person. It's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying share your partner, share dick, share pussy. It's not what I'm saying. Okay? But what I am saying is share the love, share the happiness. If you know that you know, you and your person just got right and you feeling loved, and you know what I'm saying, or maybe you just feel happy, maybe you just got out of a situation, maybe you just got in a situation, right? And it's like, I just feel really good. Make sure you share that confidence, share that happiness, share that love. You know, if you just got into a good relationship, then go to the next person and share some love. You don't gotta, you know what I'm saying, kiss them on the mouth, but just, you know, tell them they look nice. You know, tell them that you send love. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to know nobody to send love to them. You don't have to know them personally at all. You don't have to know people personally to tell them you love them. Really, honestly, I do it all the time. You never know who need it. You never know who need to hear that, even if you don't know them, you know? So there's definitely something to keep in mind. Give me a couple of oracles for the collective for romance. For romance. I'm F. Fuck nigga free. That mean I ain't got a word about a fuck nigga G. I love Glorilla so much. She reminds me of bitches that I like to hang with. So give me something for romance. Give me something for romance. Yeah, The World Is Yours by Nas is playing, and the first card out is The World. So yeah, this is a time for you to really take back control of your life, right? But I feel like that's for a lot of you who are still stuck in the past, right? Or maybe you just got hurt recently and now you just not thinking about the past, but you just so focused on the future, right? Cause I'm just, when my husband come and when my wife come and when the love come and when it come, it's like, the world is yours. Seize the day now. You know what I mean? The world is yours. Seize the day now. Don't worry about the future so much. The future ain't set in stone. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Say what? Say what? Presidents to represent me. Whose world is this? Here in the park. Smile, smile, smile. Whose world is this? Again, playlists are down at the bottom. If you liking the jams and you hearing the songs as I'm calling them, and you like, ooh girl, I like that one, that's a banger, I ain't heard it in a minute, check down below in the description box. I do have Apple Music playlists. I don't have a Spotify. I might eventually have one, but as of right now I don't. So we just thugging it out on Apple Music right now. Bottom of the deck for the Oracle card is the thinking woman. So making sure, person watching, that you aren't over analyzing what's going on in love. Okay. You have the World card. You have the Community card. Victory is reversed. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry, I ate before I started this. Indecision is here. Envy is here. And the Magician in the Mirror. I saw 717 on the time dash as I'm recording this. So I do feel like we might have some twin flames in the building. All right. Regardless though if you're a twin or not, right? What I am really seeing here is, I'm going to start this way. For some of you, this Victory card is reversed for the same reason that this Peaks of Joy card is reversed, right? Let me turn this down a little bit because, child, we'll turn this into a concert. I feel like the Victory card is reversed for the same reason that the Peaks of Joy card is reversed, right? Peaks of Joy is reversed because, again, a lot of you still think about the past, right? If not about the past, then you allow what happened in the past to still make you think negative, or to still allow you to think negative about either someone, a connection, or a situation, right? This is only keeping you confused, right? Indecision. We are in Libra season. Libra, well, Mercury was retrograde in Libra, excuse me. But as of today, September the 24th, September 23rd, 24th, it's actually just moved into Virgo. So this retrograde is now currently going on in Virgo for the next handful of days. I don't know. Don't quote me on it. But I do feel like a lot of you could be torn. A lot of you are torn because of the past, and you still think about the past, and you haven't really let it go. A lot of you have let the past go, but you still think very negatively and pessimistically, right? Look at this lady here. Even though it says envy, move that out of the way. Even though it says envy, right? So again, you could maybe be jealous. I do feel like, again, this could be some people who are jealous of you. So take that as a thing as well, okay? Because some people could definitely be envying your relationship, especially to my people who just got in something, right? And it's like you feeling real good. You feeling like shawty in the car right here. But for some of you who haven't, you're thinking very negative. You see how she's looking at the darkness, right? She's choosing to look at the darkness despite all of the light back here, despite all of the positivity, right? So this is not a time to be overly wrapped up in that. You have 3 aces is here as well. Bottom of the deck with Ghostland 17 adding up to an 8. Magician in the Mirror 53 adding up to an 8. Indecision has an 8 to it. So either the 8th month will be very significant, or either was. That's what, Leo, August. The 8th of what, October, I'm hearing, could be a thing. And even with 8s here, you know, 8s are about abundance and fulfillment. Emotional abundance is a thing as well, right? So this is even giving me like fulfillment is trying to come in for you guys, or for us rather. Because I ain't gonna act like I'm trying to do my work on thinking negatively. Okay, I have a lot of doubts and insecurities in my connection, because this be me a lot of the time, you know. But I'm trying to do better at getting out of my head, right? Not think so much. So I do feel like, again, abundance, emotional abundance and fulfillment is trying to come in for us, right? But some of us are thinking very pessimistically, like myself. Some of us is not even thinking negative exactly, but it's just thinking about a negative situation. It's thinking about that time that, you know, this person lied to you, or if not an old person, maybe you want someone totally new. And it's like, okay, that's cool, but how do you think you're going to get someone new when you're still thinking about everything that happened to you in the past? You know what I mean? How do you think you're going to find somebody new in this present moment if your brain is already in 2025, and then you like, because I can't wait till I meet whoever and then do this and then we going to get married, and then I just stay in the present moment? For my twins, I feel like, again, Magician in the Mirror is here. It's hard sometimes to decipher the sugar from the shit, right? the sugar from the salt, right? The shit from the shinola. You know what I'm talking about? But that negativity, that doubt, that insecurity, that anger, that upset, you know what I'm saying? Even if you're envious, maybe you're the one watching this and you've been looking at some other people and it's like I'm envious of them because they got the connection, or because they're happy, or because these people actually have love in their life, and I just don't know where my person is, or I'm tired of waiting, or whatever that might look like for you personally, person watching. But again, as a twin flame, I'm not talking about those of you who don't know. I'm talking about real twin flames. If you need someone to check fact that for you, you can book a reading. I do confirm and deny. I just don't do twin flame coaching because everybody's relationship is different. So I don't really believe in twin flame coaches because baby, everybody's relationship is different. So what they gonna try to coach you on might not even be what you need to hear, right? But I do confirm that. Again, booking stuff is down below in the description box. Overall, I do feel like you have to remember that mirror. Okay. Again, these ain't for my I think I'm a twin, but I really don't know, but I'm really not sure. Those of you who know that you know that you know, then you know what I'm talking about with this mirror, right? So I don't even gotta say too much. Remember that. Okay. The longer you stay indecisive, you keep your person indecisive, regardless of if you're the runner, the chaser, the masculine, the feminine. Don't matter. The older one or the younger one, it don't matter. When you are indecisive, you keep them indecisive. It's a mirror. We're twins, right? So if you over here thinking negatively about your person or thinking negative about the connection, they probably are too. Chances are 9 out of 10 you roll the dice, they are too. If you still stuck in indecision and you still stuck between what you want to do, they will probably also still be very stuck on what it is they want to do. Don't shoot me. Hands up, don't shoot. I'm just a messenger. Okay. And I say that because I know that I'm also sometimes the consumer and I even get triggered, like even by that, right? And I be having to remind myself, hey, bitch, don't shoot the messenger. They're just the messenger, right? For others of you, I feel like your spiritual team is trying to get you to break a cycle, and that's why things haven't been being victorious. Okay, there's a cycle of being in alignment that's needed. I feel like there's 2 11s in my face, 9, 10, 11, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. So thinking woman in the world, I feel like for some of y'all, there's a cycle here that needs to be broken. This could be because maybe you think a lot about this person, but you haven't said shit. I know sometimes ego also gets in the way. I think about them all the time, but I ain't gonna tell them that. I ain't gonna tell them that. I ain't gonna pick up the phone and say nothing, right? Because in the past, right? Now that's not gonna apply for everybody. Now if you know that ain't your sermon, this part of the show ain't for you, right? But for some of you, if you know that you've been having ego and pride too much in a way, or because you want to reach out to talk to somebody and you be thinking about it, but then you be like, ooh, I don't know, because then you start thinking negatively, you're being asked more than likely to go ahead and reach out. But you keep yourself in this cycle, right? And then you want to look around and be like, well, why isn't things working out for me? You know, because you ain't said shit. You ain't said shit. You haven't taken this by the reins and actually transformed it. There's a butterfly here. There's a butterfly here. From the cocoon to the butterfly, sometimes it's fucking uncomfortable. But in that uncomfort, in that discomfort is where you learn to get comfortable. Right? How uncomfortable do you think the butterfly is before it actually gets out of that cocoon? How long do you think that the butterfly actually got to stay in the cocoon before its wings are strong enough to break out of it? To be that beautiful butterfly that we see, right? But a lot of you are terrified of getting outside your comfort zone. You rather think about somebody instead of actually pick the motherfucking phone up and say, you know what, I miss you, right? I understand you probably don't miss me. That's cool. You don't have to. But I'm standing in my power. I'm standing in my unconditional love for self and to be who I am and to stand transparency in my truth to say, you know what, you don't have to miss me. I miss you though. It's cool. It sucks that you don't miss me, right? But I miss you. And that's a cycle that your spiritual team is trying to encourage you. 7, right? They trying to encourage you to break that cycle so things can be victorious. So you can also realize and see, okay, all of my hard work is paying off. That took a lot of hard work for me to pick up the phone and tell them that I even miss them. But it's paying off. But it pays off. Right? And then that's when you come into that. For others of you, I'm seeing this is torn. Y'all know I always see it like that. So for others of you, you already know that's not your sermon, but see, you the one over here thinking real negatively. Maybe you don't need to exactly pick up the phone about my face. Is that what Mariah Carey? Yeah, about my face. So yeah, okay. That's why I was like, which pal? This pal. Yeah, because a lot of y'all would, and I feel like for those of you who don't need to pick up the phone, y'all are easy to pick up the phone and then be like, fuck you, get the fuck out. You know, up out my face, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you've heard Up Out My Face, Mariah Carey and Nicki Minaj, then you already know what is given, right? But it's like, no, you need to be positive. You know what I mean? You could be very quick and easy to tell somebody to hit the motherfucking door because of maybe things you've endured in the past. Maybe a previous connection before this person. Maybe this is a reoccurring person, right? Because we are in Mercury retrograde. But maybe this person has done some slick shit, some fuck shit, and done you some dirt. So now it's just like, what? Bye. You know what I'm saying? Slam the door, hang up, block, all that. You know what I'm saying? Stuff outside, on the curb, you know? This is a time to really get in that act and get in that bag. But for some of you, you still think very negatively. Even if you did just put somebody out. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said I heard Glorilla, I'm FREE. Fuck nigga free. Okay? So even if that is you and you want to move on, how are we making sure that we're not carrying past baggage? Okay? If you just had to tell somebody to get the fuck on about your face, get the fuck on before they get spit the fuck on, right? Then how are we making sure we're not carrying that over to the next connection? Because that connection is also going to reflect back to you the same shit, which is there's healing that needs to be done. There's one thing to stand in your power, but stand in your power and release that shit so you can keep moving forward. A lot of us know how to get rid of the nigga, but then we still carry around the hurt. What good is that? You might as well kept the nigga around for him to keep hurting you. You know what I mean? A lot of us release the woman, but then it's like you still keep the bitterness and the resentment. What good is that? You might as well keep the bitch around. But how are we releasing that for the next person? If you just had to get rid of your nigga, you just had to get rid of your bitch, then how are we releasing all of that energy in its entirety to be able to move forward to say, okay, so now when I get in this connection, I don't got to carry it in it. I don't got to be bitter. I don't have to have trust issues. I don't have to guard myself and act like I'm emotionally detached because I'm scared to be vulnerable, right? How are we really releasing that? For some of you, the people around you and the situations around you have also been reflecting that. Let me give you a little bit example of what I mean. Y'all know I'm usually very transparent with y'all, right? As of lately, I feel like the biggest issue for me in my relationship is trying not to tell a motherfucker to get the fuck on before they get spit the fuck on. Right? No holds barred. But I've been struggling with just trying to stay present in the present moment and focus on what I know I need to focus on and allow everything else to just fall in place. Right? I've struggled a lot with that just in my relationship as of like the past month and a half or so. I feel like with it over the past 2 weeks, every situation I've had so far has really kind of reflected that, right? Where it's like motherfuckers moving slow, and then I get the feeling like motherfuckers playing with me because it's like, what are you doing? What are you on? Right? You must want to get cussed out because you get it cussed out. You get it cussed out. You get cut. I'm giving them bitches out like free books at Oprah Winfrey. Do you hear me? But even then, I for one have been trying to stay on top of my temper, right? Stay on top of my mouth, stay on top of my thought process. You know what I mean? Stay in the present moment, ground myself. But I have had situations as well where it's like when I do finally get to somebody like the Starbucks job. Y'all know I told y'all I applied for Starbucks like early in August. And I actually got accepted. Like I'm in the system as a worker, but I haven't started yet. So at this point, it's like are people playing with me right now? What's tea? Like I know I've been working for myself for 3 years, but if I remember correctly, you know what I mean? I'm supposed to be started by now. And I really gave it some time, gave it some time, gave it some time. I think I called Shawty like Tuesday, and I actually finally got her on the phone like Thursday. Child, she been in the hospital. It's been all this time. I'm supposed I was supposed to start on the 6th of September. It is the 24th. You know what I mean? But then I get her on the phone and she was like, I'm sorry, I've been in the hospital. Really, I had to get your number. I just had to get your number to, the other manager for her to really try to work with you because I'm actually on leave. They're not letting me even come back to work for like 2 weeks. You know what I mean? But to me, in my mind, it's like, you playing with me. You know what I mean? Did a photo shoot on I think it was the 3rd of September. Still ain't got my proofs back yet, right? For me, you playing with me. Somebody, you'll get cussed out. You'll get cussed out. You'll get right? But then I get him on the phone today and it's like, I'm sorry, I've been really behind. I'm actually too behind. I got so much stuff to do. I've been having clients pay literally for rush fees because I'm just so behind. I'm almost done with your edits. I promise. I'm so sorry. I don't even do business like this. You know what I'm saying? And again, as a business owner, I try to cut slack because I know how that shit goes. You know what I mean? I know sometimes you get backed up. I know sometimes you think you got to something and then you didn't get to it. You know what I mean? So I try to be very lenient. But in the midst of me trying to be patient, I can be very negative. It's very hard for me to turn around and say, you know what? Just like I feel like somebody being like spiteful or trying to just like do me some dirt, this could not even be what I think it is. And I feel like the relationships or the situations as of lately has really reflected that back to me, where it's like, are people playing with you, or do you feel like people playing with you because they probably not moving as fast as you like, or moving how you like for them to move, because things aren't going how you like it, right? But for me, it's done deal. You playing in my face. You obviously want me to dog you out, so I'm gonna either dog your ass the fuck out, right? That's why I use that phrase. Shout out to the ghetto nun. Get the fuck on before you get spit the fuck on, because you either finna get the fuck on, or you obviously want to get into some gangster shit with me, and I'm on whatever a motherfucker think they own with me at any given time, especially when it comes to my emotions, my heart, my money, my opportunity, my brands, my craft, all that. Because those are things that are mine, that I have to protect, right? So I feel like this could be the same thing as well, where it's like some of y'all could be going through some stuff right now that's really reflecting magician in the mirror, right? Where you really need to be doing some work, Maybe it's not business stuff, but maybe you got friends. And it's like your friends kind of tweaking out the way your partner be tweaking out. And it's like, bitch, do I need to, you know what I'm saying? I just cut that nigga off. Do I need to cut you off too? Right? And it's like, what's the common denominator? It's like fractions. You know what I mean? There's always a common denominator. But you have to ask yourself, what is the common denominator? What do all these things have in common? If you get an orange, a banana, an apple, if you get squash, lemons, and bananas, what do they all have in common? Right? So for some of you, that's a thing as well. And it keeps you from being indecisive. If you can really start to try to turn around and think positive, right? Even if this was something that happened in the past, and it's like, nah, B, but you don't understand, because how could he, right? But how can we turn that into a positive experience? Ain't shit people gonna be ain't shit people. Fuck niggas gonna be fuck niggas, and fuck bitches is gonna be fuck bitches. But what silver lining can you take from this? Even if it's something as small and minuscule as, I'm happy I learned that lesson now, so that way later down the line, I don't have to learn it again. I know fuck shit behavior when I see it now, like the back of my motherfucking palm. Right? Or even maybe it's a relationship, right? And it's just like, because I can never believe, I can't believe my woman did me. I can't believe I can't believe my ex-fiance, homie, lover, hubby, cousin, bitch did me like that. But what silver lining can we take? Even if it's something as simple as I learned not to fuck with them. That's simple. That's simple, right? Something as simple as saying, you know what, that really was fucked up, and I can't believe people really even be moving on that type of time. But I'm happy that I got out of the situation, and that is positivity. I'm out of it. I ain't gotta deal with toxic bullshit no more. I ain't gotta be cheated on. I ain't gotta be lied to no more. It still hurt. They don't justify what they did. I'm not saying sitting here and saying, oh, cause it's good that they treated you and they hurt. That's not what I'm saying. Maybe you didn't have victory, but there's still a cycle that was broken and a lesson that was learned that you can still rejoice about, to say, you know what, I hate I had to learn it that way. I hate I had to go through pain to learn it. I hate I had to go through heartbreak and disappointment to learn it, but I got it and I understand. And now we move forward, right? All your hard work is done. You about to be aligned with some good shit, right? But just make sure you don't dwell on what was. This is not the time to be dwelling on what was. This is not the time to be aligning with your negative thoughts, right? Though I said some of y'all have 2 11s here. 11 for me, if you know me, you book with me enough. When I see 11, it's time to get back in alignment. You just slipped out of alignment a little bit. Check them thoughts, right? How you thinking? How you moving? Have you meditated today? Have you prayed? You still feel in alignment? What affirmations have you talked over yourself? What mantras have you recited today? Right? And that is how you also stay in alignment. But when you start thinking negative, you get in alignment with negativity. If you wake up and tell yourself every day, I'm just never going to love again, and I'm just going to never give nobody a chance because I can't trust nobody, you align with that. And then later down the line, you like, well, I wonder why my relationships ain't working out, because you just said a couple of months ago that you just was never even gonna even do this no more. And now you think that every nigga cross path your path gonna be your forever, ever, ever. No, because that's not what you align with. If you align with fuck shit energy, if you get your heart broken, you like, I'm on fuck time. And I'm out here about to do these people how they did me because they hurted me. Okay, well then you're gonna receive that back. Then you're gonna get yourself back in that cycle, and then it's like, well, I wonder why my relationships ain't working out, because you done been moving out of bitterness and bruised ego. You've been trying to hurt people because you've been hurt, trying to understand why you can't find nobody to love you, because that's not what you align with. Hello, that's a message for somebody. So I do feel like this week in love, you are being asked to really close that cycle for some of you and get in alignment. For others of you, the cycle is closed, because I see 2 11s on this side, and I see 2 8s, 3 8s on this side. So for this power, if we can get the negative thoughts and the worrying about the past and obsessing over the past, and if we can clear that, you have fulfillment. It's coming. Right? This is gonna be your peaks of joy, where it's like your hard work is paid off. The love that you wanted to receive is here, bitch. Is here. I'm queer, god damn it. You know, you might be too. I don't know, you know. But it's really time to really work through that. That's weird. I had my because there's no lyrics for that. I was like, but anyway, All Me by Drake is playing. I usually, y'all know I have the lyrics pulled up just in case if I want to read, and it just like took the lyrics away when this song came on. That sounds like it's a little weird. Nothing Was the Same was this album. So yeah, nothing is gonna be the same, especially for this power where we got 8s and y'all indecisive because you keep being negative, or either you indecisive because you look at other people that have love and then you get angry and then you keep yourself kind of stuck because now you mad. Nothing is going to be the same like how it was. So that's even more of a reason to stop dwelling on the past. This is that Nothing Was the Same album by Drake, where the sky was the background. I'm sitting here looking at it. So yeah, align with the highest perspective. Even here, you see the clouds? Look, let me show you how synchronicities work, right? You see the cloudy background? You see clouds, right? So not only keep your head to the clouds, but I also feel like this is the time to find the highest aligned perception. right? Because things are being reflected back to you. This is probably my twin flame pile tool over here. So it's like higher aligned perspective is really going to be what help you in this mirror situation to reflect back this love that you need, especially for those who are my twins over here. Yeah, because y'all got 3 8s in a 2. So balance is trying to be restored right now. But you have to align with it. You gotta make a decision. Figure out what you want, figure it out fast. Figure out what you want, figure it out fast. I tell y'all all the time, God is not about to give you what you want if you still on the fence. Pick a side. Pick a side, pick a side, said the great Nicki Minaj. You have to pick a side. Are you on the left side of this fence or on the right side of this fence? Do you want this or do you not want it? Figure it out quickly and stop changing your mind. I got my nerve, but that's something I've been working on with myself. So I feel like I can give y'all that message with the aggression I'm giving. Because that's something I've been telling myself too. Like, stop changing your mind. If you know that you want this, want it. Get ambitious about it. Get serious about it. That don't mean take no shit. That don't mean kiss no ass either. Okay? But to stay in alignment and to stay positive with that fulfillment, to stay focused on what your sense of fulfillment is instead of all of this negativity. Don't stop thinking about what you don't want and really get in the mindset of this is what I want and I know I'm gonna have it, right? This is what brings me joy and feel like I'm on motherfucking cloud 9, and that's what I'll focus on. That's what I'll shift my motherfucking perception to, and anything outside of that has to be a higher aligned perception. And over here on this side, I feel like y'all still have a cycle to break, and I feel like it's definitely pertaining to speaking. I feel like for this pile over here, y'all think a lot about somebody, but y'all ain't opened y'all mouth. Look, it says the thinking woman. And the way she looking in this card, it look like she ain't got too much of anything to say to no motherfucking body. She actually looking at the shit like, what the fuck do you want anyway? You know what I mean? So this is a time to really speak. Maybe you need to speak to your spiritual team and tell them what it is that you want instead of thinking about what you want all the time. When's the last time you consulted with your spiritual team and say, you know what, I want this person, I want them to come back like this. I want a new person, and this is how I want them to come back. This is how I want to feel. This is how I want them to treat me. This is how I want to treat them. This is how I want to feel. This is how I want to make them feel. This is what I want their love to feel like, right? But again, for some of you, it's not even so much as talking to your spiritual team, but your spiritual team has been encouraging you to talk to somebody. But y'all are so much more comfortable with just thinking about them or just reading about them, because it looked like she got a book in her hand. So it's like maybe y'all be on social media. I feel like somebody's a lot more comfortable with like lurking and watching from the sidelines, or asking through a friend of a friend of a friend about what's going on. And your spiritual team is like, child, that's not how you get victory. That's not how we gonna bring you victory. Right? Just like this other group. Y'all just think so negatively, and then one moment you want it, one moment you don't, one moment you care, one moment you don't, and then you think negative, and then it's like, that's not how you get victory. That's why I said the Peaks of Joy card fell out this way. It wasn't straight up and it wasn't reversed, because this deck here, I take reversed. So it's time to really get on top of that. I don't know what side of the spectrum you fall on, but I know what side of the spectrum I fall on. God damn it. And I'm working on mine. Okay? I'm not saying it to say you're not working on yours. I'm just saying it to say it needs to get worked on. A 10 is here, right? At the top of this, 28, reducing down to a 10, which gives me completion, just like the World card. Right? But this has what at the top of it? An 11. So in order to really close out this cycle and get to this new energy, there's something that needs to be released on both sides. There's something that needs to be worked on both sides. Regardless of what side of the spectrum you fall on, please make sure that you are working on it in order to really get it. Okay, 33 is at the top of here. 33 is about your vision. 33 for me is to say that, the words that you speak, and the feelings that you feel and the actions that you have all need to be in alignment, right? So let me use this power for an example, and we're gonna go ahead and wrap up and move over to the extended. If you know that this is your person, and that's funny, I literally just heard somebody say that in a YouTube, so it's funny that I see it again here, and y'all saw me shuffle. Y'all know y'all know I shuffles on camera, okay? But Um, it's really just like that. Where it's like, if you know that this person is your person, I'm not talking to y'all who is like, I think those of you who know, and you know that you know that you know that you know, you can bet your bottom motherfucking dollar on it, right? If you know that, stick with that, right? Your actions, the words you speak, the feelings and the beliefs you hold dear in your core, okay, all need to be on one page. It's not enough that you in your brain, in your heart, you thinking that this is my man, my man, my man, my man, my man, bitch, and then your actions, you fucking somebody else. That's not how this works. It's not. Just like if you fucking your person, but then your heart somewhere else. You claim that this your person and your mouth say that, your actions hold that, but in your heart, when that motherfucker get the beating, right? That's not really what you believe. You really be stuck. You say my man, my man. Yeah, it sound cute. Yeah, it's cute. But in your heart, for real, do you really believe that? Like for real, for real, for real. Because for me, I feel like my actions align and my feelings align, but my mental don't align. Because see, I be trying to bring logic into a connection where logic is not. It's not. And for those of you who are in a twin flame relationship, you know what I'm talking about. Everything don't make sense in our connections, right? So why you keep trying to make 2 + 2 = 4? Because it's not. In twin flame connections, 2 + 2 = 6. To a rational, logical, actual motherfucker, is 4. We know that, right? We keep trying to understand why it's not equaling 4, because in twin flame connections, 2 + 4 = 6. Makes no sense. A lot of the shit that we endure don't make no sense, right? But as long as you can keep your thoughts, as long as you can keep your words, right? As long as you can keep your feelings, right? Your beliefs and your core values and your actions all in alignment, and actually stay here present in this present moment, then that's how you can really draw it in to get that piece of love. Being jealous of other people ain't gonna do it. Okay. Thank y'all again so much. I deeply appreciate y'all for checking this out. Again, make sure if you want the extended, make sure you drop down below in the description box to get the Patreon. If you enjoyed this video, definitely thumbs up, send it into the algorithm, and make sure again you subscribe, join the family. You know, we here for a long time, not just good time around this beach. Okay. Thank y'all again so much. I'm going to go ahead and push forward with the extended, and I'll see you guys over on the next video. Peace out.